elected to put on a defense that killed their case. It destroyed it. And I'll go through it. It started with Wally. The best evidence from the victim. This is probably the second thing I agree with Mr. Tacopina. Mr. Tacopina put on Wally to impeach the defendant, to impeach the victim on an issue of whether it was his voice. And obviously, it was Relly's voice. And obviously, he was uncooperative. But let's take a step back and ask ourselves, why was Relly uncooperative in this case? Relly told you, and you saw evidence of it, in April of 2022, when it came out that Relly was the individual who reported the defendant to the police, he's facing death threats. His family is facing death threats. So he is up there not wanting to answer any question about his family. He doesn't even want to give his girlfriend's name. He doesn't want to say where he lives. He doesn't want to identify anything about Miami. You got to ask yourselves, first of all, is it understandable why he didn't want to answer those questions? Of course it is. You have to ask yourselves, Mr. Tacopina repeatedly asked those questions. Listen, that's his right as a lawyer. He can certainly do that. But it was very clear that the result of that, if not the intention, was to get Relly upset, to get him agitated, and to shut him down. And that's what happened. But even more importantly, none of those questions, none of those answers matter. And what's amazing is the defense, their witness, they put on the evidence from Wally, which is some of the most crucial evidence in the case. And again, I'm going to get there. So the defense had no obligation to put on a case. They could have done nothing. But do not be mistaken. Some jurors go back and they say, you know what? Well, because if I only look at the